Usisahau kusubscribe, kulike na kucomment. HBTV.
Naitwa Raisi, msanii wa muziki wa kizazi kipya, kwa habari zote za burudani na habari zote kali au bwana exclusive zote Has Billion TV au bwana ni online TV. Nenda pale YouTube, subscribe, weka like yako, weka comment yako, wewe wa kwanza kupata mahabari yote ya Raisi na wasanii wengine wote duniani na ulimwenguni kwa ujumla.
Ni mwaka wangu.
Fellow Kenyans, recognizing the negative impact of the COVID-19 is not limited to healthcare. As I have said before, my administration has made targeted interventions to protect our economy. At the onset of the pandemic, my administration injected 216 billion back into the economy through tax refunds, rebates, and waivers. In our second phase, we have further rolled out 53.7 billion under an 8-point stimulus package to reinvigorate our economy. Each week, the government is distributing approximately 300 million shillings a week to the most vulnerable members of our society, on top of Kazi Mitaani, which is also being extended to cover more counties. Also on Madaraka Day, I did announce that a further Kenya shillings 2 billion would be injected into the hospitality industry to cushion those in that industry from the effects of this pandemic, and modalities of how these resources will be shared are to be released next week, with priority given to ensuring that our workers in this sector are assisted to retain their jobs. Finally, I wish to assure each and every Kenyan that I shall do all that is necessary to limit the negative effects of COVID-19 on our people, our economy, and our way of life. Rest assured that my administration will continue to work to restore our lost livelihoods, our lost opportunities, and our lost wealth. As I have said before, I continue to call upon all Kenyans, particularly landlords and employers, to put people before profits during these testing times. Permit me to close by saying what I have always said, that this disease is beatable if we work together. Listen to and apply the regulations, the guidelines and protocols issued by the Ministry of Health, and let us all keep our eyes on slaying the enemy. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless Kenya. I'll take 2 questions, and then I will leave the experts who have been advising us to continue with the rest of the session.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
My name is Gashuri from Citizen
Gashuri,
TV.
I know you.
How are you, sir?
I'm well, and you?
Very well.
Good.
I'm sure you've seen the expectations, many of them from Kenyans who are hoping that you will do something to release them. But be it as it may, the main question is the question of sustenance, livelihoods. People are complaining, people are lamenting that they are no longer able to sustain themselves. Is there a possibility of expanding the list of beneficiaries from the money that is being given every week to cover even those who are not initially listed among the most vulnerable, because there seems to be an enlarging group of people in dire need to sustain their livelihoods? Thank you.
Like I said, in full recognition of what you have said, Gashuri, this is why we have been releasing, like I'm saying, approximately 300 million shillings. And this is over and above the 10 billion that we release every year. No, the 30 billion, sorry, that we release every year to the most vulnerable in our society. And I do agree with you that there are some sectors, especially the hospitality sectors, the hotels, the small restaurants, the bars, and so on and so forth, that have been closed, and a number of people in those areas have also been affected. That is why on Madaraka Day, we said that we are expanding that program by a further 2 billion shillings in order to be able to capture those people in those sectors and to also ensure that we are cushioning them during this difficult time as we work towards reopening. But ultimately, we have no choice. We will do what we can to continue to support livelihoods. We recognize that that's where the challenge is. And we will do what we can to support all our citizens, especially those most affected. And we will continue to do that. So I want to assure you that we have that in mind and we are taking action on it. And as I've said, the Joint Ministerial Committee that was put together to make consultations with those in those most seriously affected industries will, within a week, come out with the guidelines of how those resources shall be released. And like I'm saying, this will go specifically towards ensuring that these establishments are able to keep their workers on payroll while we go through this difficult time. Secondly, as we have also said, the reason for expanding the curfew time is to ensure that we now have Kenyans who are able to go to work and have a full day's work and still have adequate time to go home. This now will enable Kenyans to be able to work a full shift, unlike the half shifts that we are into before. Now you can have a full day's shift. You can work from 8 to 5 and still be able to get home on time, thus expanding the number of working hours and therefore enabling more and more.
Naitwa Raisi, msanii wa muziki wa kizazi kipya, kwa habari zote za burudani na habari zote kali. Hivi bwana, exclusive zote has billion TV. Hivi bwana, ni online TV, nenda pale YouTube, subscribe, weka like yako, weka comment yako, wewe wa kwanza kupata mahabari yote ya Wise na wasanii wengine wote duniani na ulimwenguni kwa ujumla. Chap.
Usisahau kusubscribe, kulike